Hey, it's Clay at claytrader.com. This will be a live trade video where I try to capture some of my trades as they play out live. Really quick, when I say live, what I mean is I'm recording myself, seeing the information, seeing the data for the very first time. In other words, I don't know what's coming next. So to respect your time, if you are looking for a video where the person's doing a trade recap or talking to you with hindsight in their favor, this won't be a video for you. But if you are open to the idea of an unscripted, nitty-gritty look into what it's like to be a day trader and how day trading can play out, then I'm confident you'll get value from this video. So I will go ahead and pause the recording software for now, and I'll be back at the open. Watching 96.50 here on CRWD as a potential short. Okay, I got 26 shares. So not really going to lose any. I mean, I'd lose money, but I'm also not going to really make any money in any significant way is what I'm. SI is looking interesting. All right, so lost 22 bucks there, maybe. I mean, I still like it now at 96. Yeah, 96.50 still. Maybe I try that again if it comes back down. This time, ideally not get a partial fill. So yeah, let's watch 96.50 once again. And that's a great looking candle. I'm just going to hop in a little beforehand. I like the candle. Now it's just a question of, does this candle want to turn into the potential that I think it can? Want to see it down below 96.50. That is going to be that key point. Let's see it down below 96 now. So took off 50 shares there, nothing huge. We just want to do a little risk management. Still have 150 shares left. All right, all out there. So now I'm up $73. Starting to bounce on me, which would not be shocking. It made those lows, hit those lows, which is where I was thinking it could go. Gave it a chance to break down through the lows. It did not. Started to bounce, so I hopped out. So yeah, that was about $100 trade, give or take a little bit, because remember I was down 20-something dollars. Yeah, and I'm still tracking it off screen here. So 108.75, pretty interesting level here on Tesla. Really just a question of, does this thing want to bounce around a little bit more? And maybe so. So yeah, that is, I like that area, but at the same time, the 5-minute has me a little just apprehensive. So I'm going to pass on that one for now. Maybe let this thing take a bit of a rest. And yeah, CRWD still just hanging around that area. So at this point with CR, in fact, I'll go back to it. Way too much of a 50-50. Okay, now it's starting to get some movement through there. HKD, what's going on with this one here? All right, I'll go ahead and pause. Okay, watching 143.50 here, in at 143.54 on Nvidia. So pretty straightforward premise. This bounce here is either going to be legitimate and I'm going to have to get out, take my loss, or this bounce is running out of steam and the overall trend is going to take back over. So that's really what it comes down to in this situation. Is this bounce legitimate? Or is it fake? I think that it's got a good chance of being fake, hence I'm in the trade, but there are no guarantees. So I will go ahead and pause. Well, never mind. I mean, I love the pattern. It's just a question of, does this pattern want to play out like it oftentimes does? But as of right now, just a waiting game. So I will go ahead and pause for now. Okay, coming down. Just really a question of, can it get down to this 143.50-ish area? So, well, through there for a second. You can see really getting hung up in this area, but can we get some actual push to the downside is the question. Yeah, 143.40. This area from before has been a problem point, remains a problem point. Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and call its breakdown point 143.30. So knocking on that door, there we go. Good, took off a little bit just because I'll lock in some gains, but also try to mitigate risk just in case this thing all of a sudden snaps back against me. Wow, giving partial fills on 50 shares. That's not a good sign. Nope, I'm out there. So taking a small little loss. I don't like that at all. You start to see partial fills, and then this thing starts to turn around, and just like that. So well, played that one about as good as you could have as far as trade management is concerned. I don't like to see that happen, but I mean, I guess from a live trade video perspective, kind of cool to see happen just because that's how crazy this market can kind of be at times. Think about it. Things are looking great, going in my favor. I got my first partial, and then just like that, kapoof, up it went, up over highs, and I would have been stopped out there. So, I mean, yeah, just disappointing. Still may come back into play. Wow, the SPY is looking really good. Let me get that alerted. Yeah, 108. Really like here on Tesla. If 108 wants to come into play, that could be a very interesting level. In at 108.24, so jumping in maybe a little too soon, but trying to anticipate it, as I'm really liking the overall market candle here that's forming on the 5-minute. So if the markets come down here, this will be a very good situation. But let's see if the markets indeed want to come down. I will go ahead and pause. I got to get out. That was frustrating because the markets were actually coming down, and then Tesla was like, no, I don't care what you're doing, market. And up it went. So now down 228, no big deal. Was never, so yes, I've gone from being up green to now red, but it's not like I was ever up anything really significant anyways. And Nvidia. Yeah, it's still that area right around that 143.30 mark, which I mentioned earlier. So I'm going to keep an eye on these levels. Same with Tesla. See if the price wants to come back down. But coin finally getting a bounce. Coin has been basically straight down. That's an actually interesting little area here. Not a very big mover though. I think I'd prefer something that moves a bit quicker than that. So Nvidia, Tesla, still interesting if these levels want to come back into play here. But I will go ahead and pause for now. So yeah, again, down 220. Well, That fast starting to come back down. Or I'll keep an eye on it. I will pause. Well, here it comes. Maybe. In at 143.36. So is this finally going to be the breakdown? That is the question. Want to see this thing minimum 143. I'll go ahead and pause. All right, starting to pick up pace here a little bit. Let's see if we can get the break of 143 though. Took off a little bit just because I'm having flashbacks to last time this Nvidia was looking great. And well, let's see if it wants to come back down, but maybe Nvidia just wants to toy with me today. Because unbelievable. Was just down there and that fast. 50-cent move back up. We'll see if it wants to come back down. But yeah, right now, looking like just not quite my day. And Nvidia has got my number to just toy with me. But I'm not going to wave the white flag yet. I'll go ahead and pause. All right, getting close to getting stopped out here. Well, went in my favor a little bit, but just like that, got to get out. Well, Nvidia definitely has my number. Goodness, second one. Started to go in my favor, and then just like that. Sometimes the stock's like, you know, I'm gonna go at that person today. Both those setups I'll continue to take. Both of the setups worked at the start. And yeah, in hindsight, I should have just scalped out, taken my, 25, 35, whatever cents I was up. I mean, I was up a respectable amount, but I was looking for the thing to work for me. It didn't work for me. And it is what it is. I really do. Maybe I'm crazy, but I still like these patterns. It's really just a question of, does the market want to come back down? If the market wants to come back down through, let's call it 379, 60, then I think the Nvidias, I think the Teslas have a very real chance of coming back down. I'm going to try for 110.15. Okay, in. See if this thing wants to come back down. Took off half there as I try to learn my lesson about. So trying to give it a little bit of time, but I'm watching this one with a short leash. Let's see if this one wants to actually get rejected. Took off another 75 down there. There we go. Nice trade there. So I have myself now down 192. And If you're saying, Clay, why don't you hold? Why don't you let it work for you? That's just how the market goes sometimes. The past couple, you saw what that led to. It led to me taking losing trades. And then the time where I decided to scalp out, not that it was a losing trade, but yeah, you can sit there and play the game of, well, geez, Clay, you would be up very, very nicely right now. Yeah, you're right. You're right. That's just, like I said, some days the market just wants to toy with you. And that's quickly becoming the learning lesson here is maybe that'll be the title of the video. Some days the market just wants to toy. Because that's look at that. Wow. Yeah, I just didn't have the luxury of sitting there and, because if that thing would have done it again and snapped back against me, not that I was down a huge amount, I needed to be more aggressive at that point given where my account, was sitting. Now, if I was green or, red by a little bit, and I was kind of still just red by a little bit, but point being, I didn't really have the luxury of sitting there. Look at this thing. Wow. Of just letting it work for me. But yeah, I mean, at my expense, we have just a good real life look into how trading can go sometimes and how the market's just going to decide to flat out toy with you, to have fun with you. But even with all that, I mean, I'm down 192 with commissions on, let's just call it 200 to make it easy. So, I mean, I'll take it given this has clearly not been my day and to only be down $200 and maybe I'll make another trade if I see something quality. I'm not terribly disappointed about it, but all right, I'll go ahead and pause. Watching 143 here on Nvidia. This thing has been a chop fest, just made a big move up and has come back down. We'll see if that can carry back down through. Get right around that 143 mark. I'll go ahead and pause. Watching 108.50 on Tesla here. See if it wants to come down through that trend line or not. So that's the current plan. I'll go ahead and pause. Okay, watching it. Again, 108.50. Maybe getting close. Again, I apologize if nothing ever happens, but like I said, this is live, so I don't know what's coming next. So it's just, I'd rather err on the side of caution and have nothing happen rather than me miss the entry point. In at 108.51, there we go. Let's see if we can now get some continuation down through here. Again, I am short, 108.51. I will go ahead and pause and I'll keep you updated. Yeah, I apologize. It was kind of crazy. Thought I hit record, didn't hit record, but then in the process of all that, hit the wrong button and took myself out for a nice 6-cent gain. Now it was a little bit more than that, 6 cents per 350 shares, but yeah. So that was just kind of final confirmation that I don't really have it today, and that combining that with the fact that the market just flat out wanted to play some mind games with me, I'm just going to move on with my day. So down 171 with commissions. I don't know, let's call it 185. And I don't want to come across as ungrateful. I realize money doesn't grow on trees, so I understand that. But just from a bigger picture perspective, and this will mean a bit more to those of you that have watched past videos, you've seen me make well over, let's just call it $200. You've seen me make well over $200 in a single day, a single trade sometimes. So like I said, I appreciate money. I respect the value of a dollar, but at the end of the day, it's not going to be that. It's not that big of a deal. I am actually quite grateful given the context of today, how it all turned out. So yeah, you can't win every day. Sometimes you'll have days like this, and it is what it is. So if you enjoy these videos, if you appreciate the transparency, please hit that like button, leave a comment down below. Check out the channel as a whole, and if you like what you see, then I'd love to have you as a subscriber. So yeah, just realize sometimes days like this happen. You just got to survive, because other days you'll feel like a rock star. It'll feel like nothing you can do is wrong, and you'll just do very, very well. And those days will very quickly, compensate for days like you saw here. So everybody take care, have a good one, and hit that like button, leave a comment below. Thanks. First off, thanks so much for watching the entire video. Real quick, before you go, I want to invite you to a live webinar, web class, training, workshop, online event whatever you want to call it, but it will be me live revealing to you what I've discovered that has allowed me to transform myself from being an employee to being my own boss, including how I had only one losing day out of 73 days in total. I'm going to cover 3 keys that have helped me unlock profitable consistency within the markets. The first key is super weird, but in a productive type of way. The second key is super awesome because it quite literally is wired into our DNA as humans, making it very easy to use. But in a cruel way, this becomes a pitfall for many traders. I'll explain it all though, including how to avoid the pitfall that it creates for some. And yeah, the third key, when you hear it, sounds way too good to be true, but it's not, and I'll show you how it all works. Then at the end, I open it up for a question and answer session that is, again, totally live. Even if you can't make the live session, please still sign up as it will be recorded, and you can go back and watch the replay that I will send you. Click the image on the screen or click the link down in the description box so you can get the date and time and claim your spot, which I should note is limited due to the fact that this truly is a live event. If you have any questions, let me know. If not, I'll be seeing you soon.